You know, I am a dragon witch, so I sometimes experiment with magic. That is natural, of course. Of course, I didn't know what to do and how to do it, but also my dragon mentor sometimes said to me, some things you need to discover yourself. Also, the things that you can do, what your abilities are. So, yeah, of course. So I needed to experiment. And with these experiments, I came to discover a lot of things, many things. And that is how you can discover your own abilities, my brothers and sisters. You know what would be amazing? What would be the most amazing thing, actually? That you would be here in the south of Belgium, together alongside with me, that we go to the forest together and have a dragon celebration, a dragon Sabbath of witches, of dragons. You know why? Because then we can detect our dragons with us. Because there are not a lot of people like you in the world. So that is very difficult actually to connect with each other that has a dragon energy. With them and within them. But when we have a dragon celebration in these forests together, we would learn from each other. Because every energy is different, yet it's still draconic. So we would actually learn from each other. To have a celebration together. Of course not with a ceremony or whatever. That is something that we would just do out of pure interest. And that we are brothers and sisters coming together alongside here with the forest in itself. Because when we come together, my brothers and sisters, I wouldn't be surprised that in our celebration here in these forests would be actually together with the dragon gods. Because that is how I learned, my brothers and sisters, you know, how to detect dragon energy. When you even talk to me, my brothers and sisters, I can even feel your dragon. And sometimes I feel bad that I sometimes even feel your dragon too much, because I can even see your dragon eye. I can even see your dragon circle. How powerful you are, my brothers and sisters. Sometimes you say that you know why you can feel as well so much in the world. That is because you are the closest thing. You are the closest thing to what is being called an angel. And dragon spirits are angels, so that you are born with an angelic force inside of yourself. And that is something that we can all detect. And there is one dragon that teaches me that. Every dragon god teaches us something different. And this is the teachings of Fafnir. Fafnir, the dragon god that was actually born as a human, but born with a dragon soul. Cursed because of gold that was meant for a god. But he was touched by this gold meant for a god. He became a god. He was one with the fire. And fire became him. He was Fafnir, born as a human, but died as a god. Because he never died for real. His soul became one with the fire. And his soul is... people saw him that he was breathing fire, but once he was a god, he was actually breathing his spirit. He was surrounded by his energy, his fire energy. And fire energy, that is what we all have. We all have fire of Fafnir inside of ourselves. And that is what every dragon can detect. Every dragon can detect energy of Fafnir. And that lives inside of you, my brothers and sisters. And that is how we can detect inside of a dragon Sabbath, here in this forest. We would detect each other's fire. And that is why sometimes people are afraid of that. That is actually Fafnir's fault. Of course, he couldn't help it. But Fafnir's... everyone feared Fafnir, and everyone feared his fire. Of course, everyone who came near Fafnir died because he was a guardian of the gold. But he was out of control. Actually, what Siegfried, the dragon slayer, the one that managed to kill the body of Fafnir, was actually doing something well. Because the worst thing that you can do to a dragon is to hold him as a slave. Dragons are no slaves, especially not Fafnir. Fafnir preferred death over slavery. And that is eventually what happened. He preferred death. Actually, what he could say to Siegfried was a thank you, because he was a slave of the gold. And then he became a god. He became a god where, you can say from then on he became a god. Well, actually time works different in the other realms, where Fafnir always has been meant to be the god of fire. And that is actually what a bit happened. My main god is actually goddess Tiamat, and also I have a large connection with Leviathan as well. So I was starting to wondering what is actually Fafnir's part in this, and Fafnir's part is something that I needed to feel before he came to explain it. Of course, I had connection with Fafnir. But Fafnir, I didn't know. That sometimes people ask to me, "How do you know so much about the dragon gods?" Because I sometimes I talk with the dragon gods. Of course, I know how it sounds. I know how that sounds. It sounds crazy. I know, but it's I had. If I can tell it to you, if I can say it to you, I had connection with all of the dragon gods, all of them, and I try to talk with them, all of them. That is what you can do as well. You are the angel closest to the dragons, so you can do this as well. It's not actually too crazy. When you come together in a dragon Sabbath, you would feel it all. You would feel it all, and I wouldn't be surprised that we would have a visit from Fafnir or Tiamat or the other dragon gods, because we are also close with our dragons. And here in these forests, we would be so close to nature, where they are so wild and untamed. So, and the fire of Fafnir lives with you, and that is in front of my dragon altar. I had this visit from Fafnir, and that is why he explained actually that we all have his fire inside of ourselves. That actually dragon fire is not real physical fire. Dragon fire is the eternal soul of the dragon that is inside of us. That is why it wasn't able to die. That is when Fafnir was stabbed by Siegfried, his soul was not gone. His soul was eternal. His soul was even eternal to an eternal flame, eternal fire. So that is also what lives inside of you, and that is also the reason why you are standing here to this day. You are and born with a dragon soul, and a dragon soul is Fafnir's fire. And that is why you might even remember everything. That is why you have dreams and visions about the past and even the future. That is because of this fire. And it would be so amazing actually to feel your fire, my brother or sister, inside of this forest. Because that is how we learn. That is how we learn how to become a dragon witch. That is all about the magic of the dragon. And the magic of the dragon is to sense each other's soul. And it's a soul, a dragon soul might also be called dragon fire, but also an angel. Because whatever humans call angels is actually a winged figure with a man with wings. That is not us. For us, angels are dragons, and you might even look up to the angels, but you don't have to forget that you are one yourself. You can feel also the destruction and the pain of this world. You might also even feel that as an empath, because you are so close to what is being called an angel, because you are nothing less than a child of God. And that is also what Fafnir told me, because that is the first thing that Tiamat said to me. You are my child. That is also what Leviathan said. You are my child. But that is also what Fafnir said. It's just the same thing, but once Fafnir said it, he touched my chest in the middle of it. That is the most sensitive part of my body. And I never understood why. But Fafnir explained why. This is the entrance of your spirit. This is the entrance because from here on, I can feel your fire the best. I said fire. Yes, fire. Eternal fire. My fire. That is living with you, and that is also with you, my brother or sister. This is the eternal fire of the dragon, eternal fire of Fafnir. Fafnir died, just like, should I say it? Yeah, let me say it. It's a bit religious. Yeah, it's a bit comparable. You can say, he died. He died just like Jesus died, and then he became immortal and became one with the gods. I'm so sorry for that, but actually it's a bit true. It's true. It's very much true. It's Fafnir is not dead. Of course, in every single dragon god story, the dragon god dies. But in fact, gods don't die. Fafnir doesn't die. I talked with him. I spoke with him. He's where every human was afraid of. That is why dragons are so demonized. Because of Fafnir, and they didn't understand his fire. Everyone was, of course, in this story, everyone who came too close to Fafnir died, but that was because he was not himself. They tried to steal the gold from Fafnir. That was entire purpose as his curse. His curse was to be a guardian of the gold. And after a while, even Siegfried, the killer of Fafnir, became cursed as well, because they warned him from this gold, and also he died because of this curse. So yeah. But that is also, Fafnir is born as a human just like you and me, but became a dragon because his soul was that of a dragon. That is just the same as you. You would be the same thing, but it was always meant to be for Fafnir to become a god. So, in the past and in the future, every fire that you see is still Fafnir. And that is the reason also why I put fire on my dragon altar. Because in this fire, when you touch this fire, it becomes Draconic fire. And that is the reason why your dragons can still manage to detect you wherever you are. That is why I recommend a candle on your dragon altar, because that is what you need. That is where they come to. Your dragons will know that, and touch the fire for just a second. Just a second. Let the fire be blessed of your own fire, the fire that lives inside of you. The reason why your guardian is by your side, and the reason why you can talk to all of the dragon and even the dragon gods. And also the reason why this celebration in this forest together would be amazing. I cannot say it enough. You are welcome here in the south of Belgium. Just go to the town of Res. Just call out for Tim Heijen and just come to my forest, because I want to have a celebration here for all of the dragon witches, for a dragon Sabbath, so that we can feel each other's fire of Fafnir and celebrate Fafnir's fire together. Here in this forest, it would be so amazing to feel each other, and that is how we also learn how it is, how to detect each other's energy, because you might be used to feel your own draconic energy, but every draconic energy is different, and yet even still connected to each other. You might even disagree. That is why I don't hold a ceremony together. I mean, I don't hold something like a priest. That I don't want to be a priest or something like this, but to have a celebration together, because dragons don't always agree with each other. I know that very much. Dragons sometimes argue together that we are not all perfect. We are not robots. Together. We are not a religion where everyone has to do the same thing. Every dragon is different. So when we come together, don't expect from everyone doing the same. Because dragons also can disagree and even fight each other. That is what children of the elements do. They are not one element. They are 4 elements. They are all of them. And all of them have fire inside of them. So just like you feel the fire inside of my voice here. When I talk about dragons, I talk about fire. I talk about the eternal soul of the dragon. And I talk about the dragon gods. I talk about the existence of life. And it would be amazing to have a dragon Sabbath together. Just a celebration for our dragons and for who we are, that we are still together here in this world, that they cannot kill the dragon, that they cannot destroy the dragon. The dragon is who we are, my brothers and sisters. So yeah, I thank Fafnir every night for what he did and what he is, and what kind of teachings that he gives. That is what makes us a dragon, which we need to discover all of the secrets there is to know. And Fafnir is a dragon god that I keep close to my heart, because without Fafnir we wouldn't be here.